everyone, and welcome to Faith World TV Music. It's your host, Mary Alison Momoh, and we have a great show for you today. Our guest on today's show is a renowned saxophonist who has performed with the greats of his genre like Kenny G, Hugh Masekela, India Ari, and Najee, and played alongside musical artists like Kirk Franklin, Donnie McClurkin, Fred Hammond, Mary, to mention but a few. He's the convener of the biggest jazz concert in Nigeria called Saxophone. Born and raised in Nigeria, West Africa, his musical journey began in church at the tender age of 8 and has since evolved to become inarguably one of the frontrunners of world-class saxophonists. Between 2014 and 2019, industry recognition has been bestowed on him from various award bodies, including Toma Awards, Mega Awards, Crystal Awards, and AGMA Awards for Best Instrumental Album of the Year, Best Collaboration, Best Use of Instrument, and for Instrumental Musician of Excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Minister Mike Aremu. Yes, so King Mike, so good to have you on the show, finally.
Thank you.
Finally. We've been trying to get you on the show for a while now, but you were very busy the latter part of 2019.
I know.
But thank you so much for accepting
I'm
the
here
invitation.
now, and
You're
I'm
here
so
now.
sorry.
No, but obviously there was a very good reason because you were celebrating your 20th anniversary in gospel ministry.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
What a landmark.
I know. That's why I had to just do it.
Amazing.
Thank you
so much. What lessons have you learned on this journey? I mean, not everybody makes it this far and stay true to the course. What lessons have you learned?
One of the major lessons is to be focused and not make sure that you're focused on your calling,
Definitely.
First, also, you must know that you're called to do what you're doing.
Definitely.
And then remain true to what you're doing. That I would say, and be open to criticisms from people who are close to you, who will tell you the truth the way it is, and just be innovative. Keep rediscovering yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is it. Yeah, innovation, as in, because times do change,
don't
they?
So you
and
have to
change with the changing
You don't say,
times.
"Oh, this is how you used to do it," because the way you used to do yesterday might not just work for today.
Yeah.
And don't forget, the main reason is to get your, to talk about Jesus. You're responsible for whatever God has sent you to do, to deliver it. Albeit maybe now is social media. Before it was TV, it had to be TV. So God has given us more platforms to reach out. So you use everything that you can. So you must update yourself.
That's true. The case to remain relevant, isn't
Yes,
it?
I didn't like Instagram. I hated it, but I just realized, listen, you have to do this to. People are sending all sorts of materials out there, that are not even defined, are not even so. What are you doing about putting the right things there? So I had to start. I'm still trying. I'm still struggling.
We're going to discuss that actually on the latter part of the show. But going back to obviously the celebrations, you had such a huge celebration in Nigeria. I've watched some of the clips and it's amazing. And we're also going to show you some highlights of it. So what did it take to put up such a celebration?
It took courage, because I hadn't been in Nigeria the way the 2 years before or before that event. And if the way Nigeria is, once you're out for even a month, if you're not, everything just
it's
changes.
Very fast paced,
yes.
Isn't
so
it?
if you're but first was the fear of how would that go, But I thank God that I heard a few messages about the time I was about to go to Nigeria. And those messages just helped me, go. They were very direct, and I said, wow, and that's it. Well, what helped me was I heard the word of God towards that event.
Amen.
So it wasn't, God just came through for me. I would say one of my best events so far.
And you had a huge lineup of other, celebrities coming to support.
My friends were there: Samuel Post, Tope Alabi, Tim Godfrey, Ibitayo Jeje, and just everybody just came to support me. somehow, maybe because I've been in the past 20 years, I've been a blessing to them.
Amen.
You know, we've been friends, many of them, you know, so they just were happy to come and support me. So I was blessed to have those guys.
It was a huge celebration, and we have
Yeah.
some highlights for you. So let's just take a short break and go into the highlights. Don't touch that dial.
Faith World TV Music.
Welcome back to the show. We're still with King Mike in the studios at Faith World TV. And yeah, so Mike, you play the sax, but I
Yes.
know that when you were younger, you played other instruments and then decided to specialize in the sax. Why the sax?
So I had always loved the sax, the sound of the saxophone, even though I never had opportunity to even see one, you know, in this close proximity.
Yeah.
But as learning on the other instruments, I knew that someday, one day, this instrument called saxophone, I'm going to have the opportunity
To play it.
And when I had the opportunity, in 4 days, I learned the saxophone.
In 4 days?
Yes, and I mean the basics, and I was already sounding like a pro in those 4 days. So
Yes.
it was so serious that the guy who taught me how to play the saxophone, who I would really say, because not like anybody really taught me, but the guy that said, okay, this is it, the just once, Sonny Eilich is in Germany now.
Wow.
he didn't believe it. So if your teacher doesn't believe he taught you, so what are you trying to say?
You're a natural.
I'm saying, no, that's you taught me. Say, no, you can't tell me it's just that smaller experience. So yeah, I love the sound of the saxophone. I love to sing, but I'm not a very good singer. So I think this is a closer,
this is what you're called to do.
Closer expression, I know. I mean, you're called to do so many things. The Bible says, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me."
Amen.
Sometimes we haven't just tried. I used to think, every time I've recorded anything singing, I planned to sing it for somebody else to sing.
Okay.
And they say, "Oh yeah," so you say, "Okay, yeah, sing." You say, "No," they tell me, "No, you sing it. What do this is your song, sing it." So every time, so right now I'm just trying to build my confidence in singing in public.
But we've had you sing actually in two of your music videos that are out on YouTube, and that you've got it in as Mike.
I wouldn't say so. I'm getting there. By the
You're
way.
getting there.
Yeah, I'm. I write a lot of songs, and I just don't plan to sing them. But eventually, I end up singing them. So yeah, I'm gonna be doing a lot more singing.
A lot more singing.
Yeah.
Well, we look forward to that.
Yeah.
I've always watched you doing your ministrations and also been a part, maybe probably backing you in a choir when you came to our church one time, and there's that long blast, that you do with the saxophone for several minutes, and I've always wondered, how do you achieve that? What does it take? What is the technique behind it?
Everything is practice. I've been doing that for a long time now. As long as over 20 years, I've learned to do what we call circular breathing.
Okay.
It's a technique which in itself is so difficult, but everything is possible with practice. But when I minister, it sort of creates an atmosphere.
Yes.
Not to show off how long I can,
How long you hold it.
But it's just like, it is like a call to worship. It's a call to a new, you're calling people to another level.
Yes.
And that's what it does for my administration. So most times I start, when I start administration, I start with it because it just brings people into a very, very unique realm. And I believe it's not just my breath. I know that things are coming out as well as I do that. So that's why I do that a lot.
I remember the most recent time when you did that long blast was at Dunamis, Pastor Paul Enenche's church, Dr. Paul Enenche's church, sorry.
Yeah.
And I was watching online, but I felt the presence of God come into my living room.
Yes.
And I think that's the longest you've done that blast. I call it a sax blast.
I have done behind the scenes, I've done 49 minutes or so.
Oh my God.
And I believe I could do longer than that. But my 20th anniversary, I did the longest on stage. It was almost like 10 minutes.
Yes.
10 minutes of
that blast.
Yes.
And by the time, the one that I watched online, by the time you were done, we were gathered in a different place in the realm of the Spirit.
Yes.
And so when you went on to the next song, we were already transported.
There you go.
I just thought that is so beautiful.
Yes.
That is so beautiful.
That's why that's the essence, just to carry people into that presence of God, just to, release them into that new, easy for them to that easily takes them away from whatever physical realm that
they're in. Yes.
So,
and obviously, while they're in the presence of God, then God can touch them.
Of course.
Miracles happen,
yes,
healings
things happen.
Amen.
And sometimes it's not just for the miracles, not for the things you get. Just to be in the presence of God is an amazing thing.
Experience.
I've known many people that have dreamt of seeing, and then you now see them, and you're in certain awe. So imagine the maker of all creation. So so to just usher in his presence is awesome.
Mike, we could talk for as long as we can about ministry. recently you began 59 seconds on
yes.
social media, and you said it's important to remain relevant.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes.
Yeah, so yes, I tend to get a weekly
Yeah, it's a weekly thing.
delivery into my WhatsApp, you know,
Wow.
for 59 seconds, and on your Instagram as well. What was the inspiration behind it?
So I just needed to, like, talking about using WhatsApp, all the social media platforms to be a blessing. And God told me, I remember 2018 January.
Yes.
One of the, I said, okay, this year I just want to 1 minute just set people in the mood of worship. I know that God laid it in my heart, but I thought, oh, every week,
The commitment.
I don't want to be. I just didn't want to be a nuisance one, like, because
Okay.
personally, I don't like it. Like, people sending me stuff every single time on my WhatsApp. So to not be the one to start sending things to people, for me, that was the first challenge. Oh no, I don't want, no, I don't. But then the other excuse, I wanted to have things, the right cameras, right. But one day God told me start, and that morning I woke up, called my wife, oh yeah, hold the phone. And then I did it. Okay, so 1 minute, how do you do that?
Yes.
But every single day I got better on it. So since November the 19th, 2018,
Wow.
up until today, I've not missed any weekend.
Yes.
Or sometimes I've done 2 in a week, so, and it was for my good eventually, because in it I've learned production. I've learned how to edit with my phone.
Yes.
Everything you see was not on a professional camera, on my phone.
On your phone, wow.
So it's helped me to be a better sound engineer. People are calling me, so how did you record? How did you? I said, me? Oh, are you sure me? So.
It looks so good.
Yeah,
It looks really good. And I like what you said, obviously, the consistency of it and the importance of starting. Because many of us have dreams and goals. And and the words that we've received from God. But we're always saying, how are we going to start, this technicality and that technicality.
Yes.
But the importance of starting. And as you start, God leads you,
Take
isn't
the first step.
Yes.
When Jesus told Peter to come, he had to take that first step. One of the things that set him apart. The others, all the other disciples were wondering, well, is this possible?
Yes.
I said, I can do it. And then he took the first step. So it's always the first step. The one that I'm sure it was the first one step that parted the Red Sea.
Yes.
Somebody took that step.
Obedience.
So you just have to take that first step once you're sure that is God has sent you.
That's true. And, that leads me to my next question. Obviously, you've had a really long career, long, successful career. I mean, you're a multi-award-winning Nigerian saxophonist. What advice would you give to, young ministers or people who are starting on this journey, how to last in the ministry?
One of the things is you have to know that you're called to do what you want to do. You're not doing it because of the fame or how much can I make, can I pay my... I watched, funny enough, I saw a movie premiere, some guy, just because he went to perform somewhere and he loved the, play, and he went, left his job, went straight to that. Don't do that. Make sure you heard God.
Yes.
And that is what will sustain. Every single time that you face challenges, you remember that, oh, I know God, you have called me to this. You always can go back to the one who called you.
Amen.
But if you were not called, you're not sure that's in my 20 years, have I seen challenges? Trust me, oh man, I can start listing them right now. But at every time, that was what saw me through. I said to myself, I said to God, except if you have not called me, then let this happen, let this not go on. But then, before you know it, God has seen you through it. And then you're faced with another challenge because that's how it is, So if you don't hear from God, it's very hard. So hear from God. Don't make sure you're called to do what you're doing. You're not doing because somebody else is getting famous or making money through it. Whatever it is, it doesn't have to be music. It could be anything. Whatever it is, ministry. Make sure that you heard from God.
You heard from God.
So in those difficult days, that is what you will hold on to.
Amen. Thank you. Let's talk about, earlier you said that, you're trying to sing or you're getting there. But you've had successful records where you're singing.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Akoaba?
Yeah.
We loved it here at Faith World TV.
Oh, Akoaba is, I know the title is very funny. First, it's a word, a greeting in Ghana, I believe, Akoaba.
Okay.
It sounds like that. But Akoaba is... it's always a prayer, I mean, the inspiration came from beggars in Nigeria. They go, Akwaba, Dawaba, Olom Majari. They say that. So
what does that mean?
It means the things that you didn't plan for, tragedies that may God take you away, may you not see.
Okay.
So that's the prayer. That's the song, literally. So it's a prayer that imagine you setting out of your day. The verse say, I wake up in the morning with a lot of expectations of what the day will offer. But then what will the day bring? Then it say, now the end part says, the things that you didn't plan for, may they not mess up the ones that you planned for. So you set out in a day to do something, and then something else, the enemy brings something completely, just to distract you. So you're praying, that song is saying, may we not see such situations. I loved the music video so much. I saw another side to you. Obviously the singing and that dancing, the energetic dancing, because obviously Mike Abdul as well. Abdul, yes, that's, I just thought, I had done it first, so that was a remix. I did it with a Nigerian rapper, M.I. it's called.
Yes.
That was the first one, and then I did a remix with Mike Abdul. And it was really, really, I really enjoyed this song as well.
Oh, I loved it. And I hope you'll also like it, because that's what we're going to see right now. But before we go into the video, please connect with Mike Aremu on his social media platforms. The details on the screen. Also connect with Faith World TV and share this video as well. So Mike, it was so good to have you on the show.
Thank you, Mary, for having me. Thank you, Faith World TV, for having me.
It was so beautiful. Thank you for accepting our invitation. And hopefully we'll have you back, obviously, because I know you're producing a lot more music.
By God's grace, yes.
Thank you so much for watching us. God bless you. And here is Mike Aremu with Akwaba. Hi, my name is Mary Alison Momoh.
Hi guys, this is Emmanuel Smith.
And you're watching Faith World TV Music.
Then listen, you're watching Faith World TV Music.
Don't touch that dial.
Faith World TV Music.
Mike on the mic, Mike Lori Ferry.
Womp on the beat.
Expectations of what today will offer. What will today bring? All planned out on my diary. What about the unexpected? Whoa, oh, oh. Eyi umoro koni beyi timoro je. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh. Oh, oh. All on my diary. Blessed in the street, blessing follow me while I call up a Goodness and mercy, favor wa mi wale. Along baby sare, kẹ̀kẹ́ lija. One step at a time, ó dàbí pé mo ń sáré. Divine velocity, ó yá sí mi gbéra. Responsible for all the miracle you see. Abeg you no be me, I'm not a miracle worker. Mike on the mic, Mike lórí fèrè.
Faith World TV Music.